Seeing you guys for a while, for 10 days. Welcome to another episode of Xa Talk Show. There are a few things. So today we're going to code emacs. This fantastic girl, beautiful drawing generated by machine. Amazing achievement of humanity. A machine can draw these thousands of them per second. This is generated by Grok, the Grok on Twitter, Elon Musk X. So a month ago or two, we did a talk show about machine generating images. So today I'm gonna call emacs this and some random some kind of announcement. So Twitter, not Twitter but Odyssey. Let me show you. So you go to xadi.info, xacode, my website for computing, math, and then you go to the programming blog. So there is an announcement made by Odyssey. Odyssey is a video and streaming platform. So they are saying that YouTube is making it difficult for copying, syncing videos. YouTube. So Odyssey video. I have an Odyssey account. So you go there. Here is my Odyssey account. So turn on JavaScript. If you are here, say hi, hello, Kaya. And if you are watching offline, skip around. So Odyssey, I have a mirror of my live streams on Odyssey. Fantastic. Why do I have a mirror? Because YouTube has become extremely corrupt. They do a lot of nasty things. More specifically, censorship. They control what you are allowed or not allowed to say. So YouTube has become extremely nasty, and not just censorship, but because Google, because the whole censorship, Google has become degraded in quality. Google used to be the best quality software in any software Google made, from about year 2000 to year 2010. Okay, Google is the best. Their slogan was "Do no evil," and they are truly best. And we programmers promoted Google because they support open source software. They are truly good. And all the software made by Google are truly best quality. But since about 2010, they removed do no evil from their corporate declaration, manifesto, things like and then they become extremely evil. They do all sort of nasty things. They create the APM protocol, which is tons of nasty things. I have a blog. If you just search for Google crimes, Xali Google crimes, you'll see an index. Okay, let me show you Xali Google crimes. Okay. Let's stop this. Are you guys watching me? Am I going? Is my audio check, video check? I think I'm good, right? Comments, guys. Did you change the font of your emacs? Yes, and yes, kind of. Right now I'm using a, you see, you press 3 keys. So this variable pitch mod that will change your buffer's font into a variable width, or also known as sans serif font. Okay, so anyway, I have articles. Search my blog, you'll find it, how to, and also convenient commands to do it. So I was saying, Google did a lot of things nasty. So you can see Xali Google Crimes Index, Google. Okay, so where do you find that Google Crimes there? Yeah, well, it's on Hacker News. So you click on Hacker News, then you click on, this Google Crimes. So here's my website, a list of Google's kind of unlawful. Some of them are actually unlawful, and Google has been sued for it. The AMP scam. They are trying to, there are lots of nasty things, and Google Gemini, like racial stuff. So Google has been extremely nasty, you know, they're like unlawful. So that's why I was thinking about switching to Odysee. Odysee is an alternative video platform. But it's not very popular, you know. But Odysee is kind of this open source. Anyway, you can look into Odysee, okay? So anyway, Odysee announced that Google is syncing, you know, Google's YouTube is stopping other video website from automatically copy YouTube videos to other websites, which, you know, which is technically, I mean, it's not, if, you know, I think that YouTube has a right to do it, because YouTube, it's a commercial, you know, software service. You use it, is, you know, they provide it for free, so they have the right to say what can or cannot be done, you know, of their software. Obviously, they don't want competitors just simply be able to grab whatever YouTube, you know, even if you allow it. So anyway, Google is starting to make it, you know, that's why we loved Google before. YouTube, when Google bought YouTube, it's like, you know, it's so much freedom. You can control whatever you want. You can even get paid via Google Ads, you know. But it has going down, you know, it's become so bad. So Google is now starting to do nasty things. They don't publicly say it, but however, they try to do a lot of technical stuff so that they prevent other websites such as Odysee from syncing YouTube videos. So here's the, you know, Odysee made an announcement. So it's likely, you know, in down the road, soon in the future, you know, Odysee won't be able to copy YouTube videos. So that means if you want your video to be on Odysee, you have to actually manually upload it yourself, which actually is a good thing, because that way it makes Odysee kind of independent, not just like a backup of YouTube videos. So so anyway, my announcement about my XR live stream is that I'm thinking about, you know, I might be switching to Odysee or Elon's X, also known as Twitter. So today, actually, just 5 minutes ago, I did a test live stream, so you can kind of listen to it. A test live stream. So I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use, either Twitter or Odysee or both, or maybe if I talk about politics, then it's Twitter. Otherwise, technical content, it's Odysee, or maybe technical content remains on YouTube. I'm not sure yet, but there's probably gonna be some change. And also, when you do live stream, like the way I do it, you know, every live stream is like 1 hour long, and I just talk about things, ramble a lot. And usually when you do that, you don't get much views. So, you know, it's like two different kind of styles. When you kind of do the live stream talk or even lecture, even if your content is good, it's not like focused. Meanwhile, if you load like especially shorter videos focused on one topic, such as like TikTok, you know, tits and ass of the white girls, or the YouTube shorts, predominant, you know, like the million views, 10 million views, like they are mostly just tits and ass of girls, especially white girls. You know, that is actually what it is. But most people, you know, they avoid saying it directly. So anyway, so typically when you do a focused content, especially when it's short, you have much more viewership, and, you know, Google's algorithm actually control it that way, because Google wants money. You know, they want ads money. So so you tends to get into a situation where, for example, let's go to youtube.com. Okay, so, you know, you go to YouTube and you see lots of these brainless fucks, like the Zoomer fucks with their face and shorts. So anyway, so So my point is that when you do a live stream, the way I do it, like a live stream, kind of just talking about things, you tend to have significant fewer viewership, also controlled, by algorithm, like 10 times or even more than 10 times, 50 times less viewership. So I have been thinking really to do pre-recorded video, maybe 10 minutes each or 20 minutes each, but I'm not really interested, in doing that, because that, when you do, I talked about this before several times, when you do a pre-recorded video, like vast majority of YouTubers, that means your interaction, you basically more or less become reading a script. So it's less genuine, less authentic. It's less of real human communication. When you do live, it's more real human communication, like which happens in the past thousands or million years of human communication, like your granddad telling you a story. That's how you learn history, from your granddad, how things were, how things are. You learn things. But today, in modern society, in the past, let's say 30 years, you don't get that much anymore. So you become this, so it's not so good. And especially in America, everything is capitalism, commercialized, marketing. So you got all these canned, videos, like, they prepare, they read the script, they prepare, and it's like everything is so nice, just focused on one thing, but it lost humanity, it lost the human touch, and half of them become fake, phony, like so-called clickbait, or the zoomer faces. This happened. Like this. What the fuck? Food, and so. And look at this. All the girls, the center of humanity. Look at this. Showing tits and ass and whatnot. So when you do a canned video, you tend to lose the human touch. So I don't really, that's not my thing. I prefer just talking to you guys, like even without preparation. So what now? So that's some, so going forward, I might be using live stream on Twitter or Odysee. I'm not sure yet which one. I have not tried live stream Odysee yet. So anyway, that's just some notification. Okay, so now shall we start to code Emacs Lisp? Or maybe not. Maybe just an announcement today. So we talked for 15 minutes. So how are you guys doing? So okay, maybe not coding Emacs Lisp today, because I've been coding so much Emacs Lisp, like focused Emacs Lisp coding in the past 2 years. Usually when you do that, not many people are that interested. So anyway, so let me Emacs Lisp coding. Okay, so today I'm supposed to write this generate a sitemap, which generate a sitemap in Emacs Lisp, which I have done. That I did a live stream about that before. So okay, so let me show you the page. Then we are not going to do it. So here's my Golang tutorial. Can you see it? Yes. So Golang tutorial, and then so check it out. If you like my work, pay me. That's the put money where your mouth is. That's the way to go. Pay me if you like my stuff. You can find my links and stuff. Go to on Sally Code, and at the bottom on Amazon, Patreon, or PayPal. Okay. So go back to the Golang tutorial. Cheers. This is red wine. Trump got elected. That's another. That's the news. That's amazing. That's a landslide. And it the word it's like a heavy dark cloud has been lifted around the globe. Everyone is cheering. The stock went up. The Bitcoin went shot up to to tremendous height. So anyway, Golang tutorial. So you go to Golang tutorial and you go to examples. You have generate sitemap. So here's the code. You can copy. You can run it. It will generate so-called sitemap. You can look up what's a sitemap. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I did a live stream on coding this or in emacs this. So let's not do the coding today since I talked about the video announcement and social stuff. So the other news is, of course, Trump got elected, and it's a landslide. It's just incredible. So I voted for the first time in my life. I became a American citizen in year 2000 exactly, and I might have voted once when Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator guy, is running for California governor. That is around 2004. And that is one election where I looked into it a lot. I spent days look into the election, USA election. So, but I don't remember I actually voted on year 2004. So this year actually may be the first time I ever voted as an American citizen. And you can see, I took a photo of it. I voted because the USA is on the verge of collapsing. Okay, because mostly, because of the deep state, and one important part of it is the USA Democratic Party. And look at this picture. This is a girl. She got her tits cut off because of the Democratic Party. Okay. And anyway, so I voted for the first time. And here's another picture of the white girls, the center of humanity. They're making a scene. They are the attention of everyone, young girls. And then, okay, so I voted. Here's a photo. Okay, so here's a photo of me. I voted for the first time. I kind of scrambled. That's on November 5th, about 5 days ago. So I wasn't sure I'm going to vote because in California, it's controlled by Democratic Party, which is so-called a blue state. So, it's unlikely it becomes, it won by Trump via the electoral college. Kind of complicated system, and it's kind of it's not so good. But anyway, I voted on November 5th. I wasn't sure I want to vote. I need I'm going to, because California is gonna not be Trump anyway, so my vote is kind of wasted. So but I asked people whether I should. Does it make a difference? So here is my question to people. Where is it? Let me find it. Okay. So Tulsi Gabbard, she's one of the greatest American. Okay, Tulsi Gabbard, greatest American, and she has been put on watch list by the very corrupt fucking Democratic Party. She's the greatest American. She fight for America, but she put she's been put onto a terrorist watch list. What a fucking scum! The Biden, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Kamala Harris, a puppet. So that's why I voted. I vote for the California governor Gavin Newsom to go to jail, and Biden and Harris. So anyway, so I was asking a question, and that post is, and by the way, here is Trump's niece or something, another white girl. And so where is my post? Let me find that. Okay. Yeah, so here is the post of my voted. And okay, so go back and yeah, so here's my poll about whether I should vote. Let me explain. So yes, you should vote. Help make America great again. Or yes, it's a citizen's duty. Yes, you should vote, but for a different reason. It's a citizen's duty. 3, no, you should not vote because it's helpless, it's rigged. Number 4, no, you should not vote because the deep state runs by itself. President, who is the president doesn't matter. That's also a kind of a popular opinion, which is kind of true also. Or 5, no, you should not vote because take a Taoism stance. That's a Chinese Taoism. Do good, but let the world take its own course. So I was thinking, should I vote or not? And so a lot of people are, pro Trump. Of course, obviously because they follow me, so they saw the the poll. So they say yes, you should vote for make America great again, which I agree. And then some people say yes, you should vote because it's a duty. That's kind of the tradition of America. Why should you vote? Because democracy. Citizens elect their leaders. And some people picked, it's really helpless. That's a lot of the 4chan, my 4chan type of followers with anime profile pictures. Then some people, and then some people says, no, be a Taoist. So, the Taoist meaning is that's kind of the Chinese, one of the predominant Chinese culture and philosophical thought. The Chinese, I'm a Chinese blood, obviously. So, and I was not born in America, so I didn't grew up in America. I lived in USA since I was 20 years old, and I lived in Canada since I was 16. So I was born in Taiwan. So for the first 16 years of my life, actually for the first 14 years of my life, I was educated in Taiwan as a Chinese. So my thoughts are half Chinese, not like the American-born Chinese. And then so I do know, certain Chinese point of view. So one of the Chinese view is that you don't really, as a Chinese, you don't really participate in like politics. Okay, the thought is that the politicians or leaderships or kings or emperors, whatever the name goes by, they should be good, of course. If they are bad, you try, you revolt, you get them off. But in general, you don't push for, like, you don't get involved in politics. I mean, you can if you want to, but I mean, it's just like the general thought that most people, you don't. So I mean, so this is in contrast, so you do good, you do whatever is good, but you let the nature takes its own course. You recommend, you tell other people to do good, but the world has, kind of has its own ways of running things. In other words, you do not become a fanatics, like, you like do go to the extreme. So that's kind of a Chinese cultural thought. So this is in sharp contrast to Western, the white man's kind of their view, their culture. The Western, they for the past 2,000 years or more, they are more like obsessed about justice and democracy and republic. So obviously every person, every citizen needs to get involved. You need to express your view. Otherwise, it's a duty. It's a thing you need to do. In contrast, the Chinese culture, Taoism or Confucianism, is that your duty is not about what's justice. Your duty is to respect your elders, respect your parents. When your parents get old, you provide for them. That's your duty, okay? But not the Western society. Like the Western society, your parents, you send them to the old people's houses. But the Western society, they focus on the justice, duty for democracy. You must participate. You must express your views about your rulers. So anyway, so I voted, okay, and it turns out I didn't know, I didn't know who is gonna win, but it turns out it became tremendous, tremendous landslide, and the only states that's blue are those states which illegally made it the case that you don't need a voter ID to vote, basically. So the only blue states are the states that does not require a voter ID, which is kind of like extremely corrupt. By law, by U.S. law, every American understand you must be American in order to vote. Because that's we Americans, you are for your country. Do you allow Chinese from China, communists to vote for USA president, or Russian or Iran? Obviously not. This is America. But the Democratic run states, they specifically created, especially in California, Gavin Newsom, extreme criminal. He put out a law that says you are not allowed to check voter ID in California. Okay, actually, there's a law about that recently. So it's extremely corrupt. So the only states that are still blue are these states that does not require voter ID. So extremely corrupt. And then the trans, the cutting off the tits and dicks of children, and create a law like in California that you are not allowed, if the school do not have the, they are not required to tell their parents, the kids' parents, about what's going on. Fucking extremely corrupt, the Gavin Newsom and this Democratic Party scums made me very angry, okay, and a lot of people. And incredibly, this election, American turns out to vote, and it became just pro-Trump. So that's incredible. That's incredible, and I wasn't expecting it. It happened. So right now, it's like a lot of people, like obviously many of us are very happy, but meanwhile, for me, for example, the anger is still there because during the past 10 years, you are so much suppressed. Like you cannot, on Twitter, for example, during the Jack Dorsey's Twitter, you cannot say men are different from women. An obvious biological fact. In fact, they have professors telling you that biologically, actually, there's no difference. Men and women are the same. Then you got the men's in female sports, and for a while they are saying women can beat men. But then until the trans came up, it turns out in all sports, the trans beats all the women, like record breaking. Then they start to erase the word women. They don't call it women. They say, like the gender that can something. They say men can get pregnant, and all the commercials they show pregnant men in all the news magazines. Such a degree. The degree of corruption of these, it's like it's incredible degree. But the Americans, especially the younger people, the Zoomers, they don't know. They grew up in this, in the past 10 years in this environment. So anyway, I think that's it for today. Sispa say, Sipa, are you the says? I think you are from that name, Sipa. Cheers, red wine. So Sipa says, thoughts on people crying about not being able to kill their own kids via abortion. Oh, yeah, okay, so the issue about abortion, so of course we all know in United States it's like, I mean, in America it's kind of silly usually. So you have the the Republican Party versus the Democratic Party, and almost on every issue is just like either it's one party or the other. I mean, so like on any issue the opinion is like whether you are Republican or whether you are Democratic, then you don't have to think about anything on any issue. It's just like if you are Republican, then on abortion your opinion is this. So for example, for abortion, for the Republicans they call it pro-life, meaning that the abortion should be illegal with certain restrictions. On the other hand, if you are the Democratic party, abortion should be a women's choice called pro-choice. They have these euphemisms. One is called pro-choice, the other is called pro-life. It's kind of funny. It's interesting too because you go into the linguistics context. Because why you call it pro-choice and pro-life? Obviously the better, more communicative term is like pro-abortion, anti-abortion, right? But all the political slogans they have to use some kind of euphemistic jargon to promote their promote whatever the take on issues. So for pro-abortion they call it pro-life, meaning that, I mean, they call it pro-choice, meaning that women should have the vast amount of choice on decide whether she's gonna abort her baby. In fact, to the extreme case is that you can fuck, and if you got of course first of all you have condoms and pills, but if that fails, you can abort your baby anytime you want. That's the extreme case for the Democratic Party's view. And on the other hand, the pro-life is anti-abortion, and the view is that mostly they are associated with Christianity, which is the foundation of American culture, for good or bad. Okay, but it's a USA tradition. Okay, so the pro-life says they are anti-abortion because you should not, because babies are sacred. It's a life. You are not supposed to just abort because via technology. You can just like fuck around and be a prostitute or be a whore and fuck and then abort. And so the Christian, they that's American tradition. So my view is that on abortion, I think that my view is that, hello, Joman Molina. my view on abortion is that this, some issue, there is no right answer. Okay, there's no absolute right answer for it. So for me, I think abortion is kind of like that. Before let's say before the rise of social justice warrior in 2016, all my adult life I lived in California, which is very lefty, state. So I'm kind of influenced by the left kind of view. So on abortion, let's say before 2016, my view is that, yeah, sure, why not? Technology allow us to abort, what's wrong with that? And I'm not Christian, I'm Chinese. Most Chinese are not Christian, and I don't understand the Christian things. By now I understand some, like 666, the Christian, or everything is God, you are playing God or whatever. But anyway, so I'm not a Christian. I wasn't born a Christian. I don't have touch with Christianity. I know, I have some friends, who are Christian now. But in general, Christian things are not, it's kind of foreign to me. So I wasn't born with the idea that you cannot, like you cannot have sex, you cannot have blowjobs, you cannot have fucking yes. That's all. Like Christians forbid those things in general. On the other hand, so I thought abortion is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But not today, okay? Because today, after 2016, I started to see this all of a sudden, these weird things, like this extreme so-called feminism, like the males are evil, or the whole society is corrupt because patriarchy, because men are the fucking scums. I started to see this, and gay should be the king of the world. If you are gay, you are the greatest person on earth. And then if you are trans, you are the king. You are the super king of these fucking scums. I started to see this. So so today my opinion about abortion is like fucking ban abortion. Okay, fuck this corrupt so-called democratic, today's Democrat Party. Hello, Hank or Flamio. Okay, I think that's it for today. That's my opinion about abortion. In summary, I don't think there is a right, correct, answer to that. I mean, it depends. If you really need it, you should have it. Because there are some situations. So, for example, in rape, or if you are very young, if you are 14, sometimes you do need to have an abortion that help you in some way. Like depending on person, depending on the family, whether you can afford, whether your family is you have a good family, then your family can help you, can take care of it. But on the other hand, for some girls, it so happens it's unavoidable. It's reality that you don't have a good family. You got kicked out. You run away from your family. Then you got fucked. You got a baby. You need to abort it. So in some cases it's good. Well, meanwhile you shouldn't abuse it. You should not think like, oh, I'm just gonna be a slut and fuck over every day, sleep with other people, and then if I forgot to use a condom or fail or pee or fail, I'm just gonna abort. You shouldn't abuse it that way. So that's my opinion about abortion. But the thing is, in USA it becomes just one Republican or Democrat, everything is like just belong to one view or another, and that applies to gun. Gun is another issue. I think it's kind of like abortion. There's no right answer. And today I support gun. similar to abortion. Before, I was thinking, what, well, first of all, gun is for citizens to be allowed to own a gun is a foundational culture of America. Okay, you have to respect that because different countries, they by history, by chances, they have different kind of the way how they are formed. In USA, America, it's a right, so-called, by the white man, it's a right to have a gun. That's American culture. That's a foundational culture. Very important. You should not dismiss it. Okay. But I thought, maybe it's bad to allow everyone to own a gun. Yeah, it's American culture, but then most people should, you don't need a gun. You should have a peaceful society. Why you need a gun, right? That was my thought as a California, before 2016. But then so then I started to see the Democratic, like the mass murder, school shooting every day, every other day, school shooting. Why does that happen? Because there's a problem. There's a problem. People are not happy. They created, you got criminals created by this corrupt Democratic Party fucks. That's why there's school shooting. Okay. Then the Democratic Party want to control gun, like especially on Twitter. You see some of the like the Hop guy, David Hop, a fucking scum. They just want to say, you should not allow, and the change of gun emoji, that's spectacular. Change the gun emoji into a water pistol, so therefore you reduce violence. The fucking lies by these Democratic Party scums. Okay. So today, I support guns. Okay, I support for Americans to own a gun. That's an American tradition. I very much support it. I want to fuck these corrupt people. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I think that's been almost an hour. Okay, that's it for today. Okay, so if you like my videos, support me. Okay, go to xardi.info, Patreon me, PayPal me, Amazon gift card me. Okay, Amazon gift card me something. And I think that's it for today. And in summary, I might started to do videos on Twitter, on Elon X or Odysee, or on Odysee, and maybe I'll make some canned videos instead of live stream. I'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do I'll do political talk shows on Twitter, and maybe technical on YouTube, or maybe I'll see how it goes. Okay. So yeah, so today's topic is like the USA election and stuff. Tremendous, there's a lot to talk about because the USA election is not just USA, because it's global, because USA is essentially up until now is basically controlling the direction of the entire earth, okay, by United States, essentially. And especially in the past 5 years, it's also controlling the entire Western Europe. And anyway, bye guys. We shut down in 1 minute. Okay, so let me just golang tutorial, copy the link. We shut down. In 1 minute. Google crimes, okay, copy that Google crimes, collection of Google crimes. Okay, so actually cheers. Close that. Odysee, copy, paste XR Odyssey page. Close that. Okay, and XR Twitter, Elon X